Tchicai here. Just wanted to come on, do a quick video, show a few records I've been really enjoying. I just was in Austin, Texas earlier this week. I was able to stop in at End of a Year Records, really fantastic shop over there. Picked up a few things as well. I'm not going to show all of it, I just picked out a couple, sort of dovetailing off of Stunty's 90s EP video that he just put out this week. And I've been getting to some of that 90s stuff as well lately, and then a couple of jazz records that are sort of a combination of 90s influence with players from the past. Really good stuff, so check those out. So this is one of the records that I found. Maybe I'll splice some footage of the shop here at the end. Didn't take very much video, but I'll throw that in there. So this is one of the records I picked up in Austin at the End of a Year. It's fantastic. From 1993, this is Flying Saucer Attack, a duo from Bristol. This is their debut album. I believe it's self-titled. 1993. And in some ways, I've never really gotten to My Bloody Valentine. I just doesn't connect with me. In some ways, after listening to this record a few times, it's almost like kind of what I wish or what I think others kind of envision when they talk about My Bloody Valentine, the sheets of sound, wall of sound, distortion, and so on. This track in particular is actually a little more sort of tribal, almost Eastern influenced, which I'll talk about another artist here in a second along those lines. But fantastic record, really happy to pick it up. And also Dom, during his record sale that he did online, he was selling this one, Flying Saucer Attack. This is from 1996 on Drag City. There's a sort of a collaboration with another group called Telefunken. I don't know anything about them, but this is really excellent too. Just straight up drone record. A little bit less guitar oriented, or at least the guitars are more processed. So maybe a little more an electronic drone sound on this one. I don't believe there's any vocals on this one, but also excellent. And they really use that. I think their tagline is like rural psychedelia, I think is what they call themselves or categorize themselves as. And I really love some of the forest imagery that they use in some of their albums. Look forward to digging more into Flying Saucer Attack. Really cool stuff. So next, another pickup from End of a Year. A band that I've heard a lot about over the years, and just one of those bands that have just such a massive discography that you don't quite know where to begin. And this is a Muslim Cause, another band that I think Stunty might have done a whole video on them at one point. I don't remember if that was the title of the video. I'll try to link to that here in the description. But the guy has dozens and dozens of releases. I wanted something from the 90s. Again, just kind of interested in seeing what this guy was doing in that particular period. And a lot of the '90s stuff that he put out was CD only, but they started to be reissued by this company called Aquarellist, apparently out of Russia. And I'd asked Dante, if this is a legit reissue company, and he said, as far as he knows, it is. And yeah, they really did a really nice job with this reissue. So this is this release, I believe it's from 1995. Muslim Gauze. It's a dude out of Manchester, and as you can hear, actually similar to that previous track I was playing. Obviously, the iconography and everything is obviously very Middle Eastern. The whole thing is has that Eastern sound, but then combined with sort of that Manchester. There's some tracks that are more almost drum and bass oriented, and some of those sound maybe a little bit more dated, but a track like this one is just fantastic. So really happy to find this one, and these reissues are really tough to find in the U.S. So when I saw that, and they had quite a few of them at the shop, so I just kind of had to. I just took a chance on one, and happy to pick up my first Muslim Gauze. Really good stuff. So that's it. I did pick up several more records and some amazing archival records that I picked up in Austin that I'll be digesting over the next few weeks, and at some point I'll definitely share those. Next, I'm gonna play a couple of records on a label that was founded, by another British duo. They went by the name of Spring-Heeled Jack, also from the '90s. And at some point they created their own label, I think in the late '90s. It's a label called Trader. And Spring-Heeled Jack was in the mid '90s. It was like like drum and bass type music. And I had heard the name. I think I maybe had a couple of their CDs back then, but this record had been in my wanted this for quite some time. This came out in 2018 on vinyl, and it was originally from 2004. The CD was, and so this is Evan Parker, the great horns player, and here he is collaborating with one of the guys from Spring-Heeled Jack, John Coxon, actually both, and Ashley Wales as well. And so what this is Evan Parker on saxophones, soprano, and tenor, and then John Coxon and Ashley Wales, the duo that make up Spring-Heeled Jack and that run this label, on electronics. Here they just say on soundscapes. What really interested me about this record was that the Ashley Wales contribution, as listed here, is actually a bunch of field recordings of birds. And yeah, if you know me, I'm a huge sucker for field recordings, and specifically, anything bird or wildlife related in music is just something I really love. And so, again, so what you have is, these field recordings in the background. We have the brilliant Evan Parker, playing his saxophones over the top. And then, some of the tracks, you don't know, when the saxophone is playing sometimes versus, some of the bird noises and the field recordings, and, there's potentially some processing. I don't know if the sax is processed itself or if it's just the electronics in the background. But just an absolutely incredible record. A great collaboration and a great mixture of, great improvisation with these amazing sounds. And another one, and there's several on the label that I'm interested in. These are by far the most those that I had been looking at for a long time, and I finally decided to pull the trigger. They're widely available. Just have to, on Discogs anyway. And this one is John Tchicai, the great Danish reeds player, and again here with John Cox and Ashley Wales, and there's also Mark Sanders. I'm not sure where Mark Sanders is from, but he's playing drums and percussion. Tchicai here plays the bass clarinet, and those tracks are particularly incredible. Alto sax, and then he does do some recitation. He reads a poem, I think, on side B. I'll play a little bit of that one too as well. It's excellent. So again, we have this amazing blending of Tchicai's horn, these looping electronics in the background. It's really, really awesome stuff. We have the label. The label is called Trader. Most of their output is on the labels on CD. They do have maybe half a dozen LPs. I am interested in some of the other titles. I think there's a collaboration with Wadada Leo Smith, the trumpeter, I believe also with the Cox and Wales duo. So I can highly recommend these. They're not going to be around forever. I don't think they pressed a whole lot of these, but currently they're still pretty available. So, and this one in particular is, it's not, as abrasive or challenging as perhaps the other one is. Some really beautiful stuff. Alright, just wanted to make a quick video. Hope everybody's well.